It was wonderful. It was fulfilling, it was exhausting, but mostly it was exhilarating, all at the same time. And when I first heard the days were going to be 13, 14 hours long, I thought, oh my goodness, because as I said in the group, I'm a morning person, and by mid-afternoon my energy level is usually fading quite fast. But these 3 days have been, I haven't lost a step. It's all been energizing, all been insightful. And I had the same energy when I had left at 10 o'clock last night as I did when I came first thing this morning. Well, I really like the personal style indicator. That was, of course, the base assessment that we started with on the first day, and I think it really set the foundation for most of the other assessments. In the past, I'd used the entrepreneurial style and success indicator, and that was always a very good tool that I used for my own training of self-employed people many years ago. I think the values indicator was a really unique one. I think our personal values in work and in life are really important to consider, so that was a really good one. And the leadership skills really resonated with me because it was the sole competency-based assessment, but I think it's still a really valuable one for almost anyone. I really like Ken's style. He has a really good blend of presenting the material. He has a lot of examples and case studies and statistics to share, never boring, and he mixes it well with really interactive activities. I like the way he designs the course to keep us on pace and on time, so he would be very strict with his time limits throughout. But it was always enough time for us to practice what we learned and give feedback. And throughout these 3 days, even before I came in for the 3 days, I had an idea that I would probably use the assessments in my work. But having been here for the 3 days, I have a much clearer idea of how I'm going to use them, who I'm going to use them with, when I'll use them. It's been amongst the best 3 days I've spent in a training session in probably the last 15 years. That it's something that they should consider looking at taking themselves in the near future. Yeah, they'll be inspired and amazed. I'm pretty critical of not overtly, but of training programs and so on, and my enjoyment of them. And if I don't like them, I let people know. This one I will rave about. I'm a left-brain person. I'm a business-oriented guy. Sometimes when courses get into the touchy-feely stuff, I sort of tune out. But even though there were some areas of that in this course, it was always brought back to a professional business perspective and how does that work. So I stayed engaged all the way through the full 3 days.